Today I'll be making a video about setting up sling for high power rifle competition. I've been using an Eric Hollis sling for a little bit over a season now. I'm very pleased with it. I actually sent him a video of how I set up my sling, or rather a picture of how I set up my sling. He posted on his website. Then he actually ran into me at Camp Perry. He asked me to make a video, and I'm finally getting around to making a video. So a couple things first. One, I'm left-handed, so everything's going to be backwards for you right-handed. So it's my turn this time, left-handed's turn this time. I have a left-handed rifle, so it'll appear backwards to a lot of you people. It is CMP and NRA legal, by the way, for service rifle. I'm on safe. I also have a empty chamber indicator and my nifty little piece to hold the bolt back from when I shot way back in the 90s. A lot of people, I don't think have ever seen one of these, but they work fairly well. But anyway, so I got the empty chamber indicator. Rifle safe, very important. So the first thing that I do when I'm setting this sling up is I take the sharp piece of the sling, and forgive me if I have some terminology wrong. Sharp piece of sling, I run the frog through the D-ring with the rough side of the sling to the outside. This is the part that eventually come into contact with the shooting jacket. So you'll slide it on your arm, choke down, not too tight, but it'll be choked down to where it will not move. After that, I will take the two keepers and slide the keepers over the sling. Special keepers are not required for this configuration. And one other note too, I didn't come up with this. I saw it somewhere on the internet, forgive me, I don't remember where, but it was somewhere else. So this isn't my version of a no pulse, it's somebody else's that I just kind of picked up and used. And so if I can find out who did it, we'll put it down in the notes or something on the YouTube video. But anyway, it's the version I use. And another thing too is that people that shoot what you call traditional sling, traditional leather sling, they shoot better than me. And people shoot web sling, shoot better than me. This is how I like to set up a sling, so I figure I would share it. I still can see a low pulse at times with it, not much, but I just feel that it stays in position better. I like shooting like the 600-yard line, I like leaving the rifle in my shoulder. I don't have to worry about it loosening up. I don't have to worry about it loosening up during the rapid strings. To me, it's just a little easier sling to use, and again, stays in position a little bit better. We took that, as I said, and we run this where the rough sides to outside, slip both of the keepers on. Then, we have the long part of the sling. Now I've got mine marked because I've been using it. So you take probably about from the frog about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10, 11 sets of holes down, and you hook the frog of the short part through one of those sets of holes, about, like I said, about 10 down, and you have the frog where it's coming to the from the inside, from the unfinished side, where it's sticking out through the outside. After that, take the tail of the sling, you skip the first keeper, past the first keeper, and you go into the second keeper, and you run this, pull it all the way through to where it's even, wrap it around, and then you come back around and you go through the other keeper. So each one of the keepers just has two pieces of leather run through it. And I think that differentiates it from some of the other no pulses where you have to have special keepers. And this is CMP legal. I have an email stating it is. One of the issues, if you read the rule book, there's something basically states the sling must remain on the rifle. You can shoot your offhand with a web sling, take it off. Once the rifle's safe, you can take it off after you finish shooting offhand, and then you're good to go with using this. If you're really worried about it, you can always put a detachable eye right here, and you on the back side of it, on the cuff, and you could use this as a regular sling also. So you have the long part. Just basically all you're doing is running around the outside of the inner part that I had on my arm earlier. So now all we have to do is just slip this on, and you just kind of get it choked down where you want your position to be, and you slide these keepers down. Now I'm going to do it with a jacket too after. So basically in position. And again, it stays. So let me put my jacket on. So sling slides on the jacket. Start choking it down. Kind of get it where you want, wherever you like to run your D-ring. What kind of the pivot point, pinch point, whatever you want on your jacket. I'm just going to leave it here for now because it's good for this video. And then you slide those two keepers down against it. Tension on the inner part of the sling that's against your arm is controlled by where this frog is in relation to the outer sling, the outer part of the sling. You can run it up. If I move it up here, I'll get a little more tension. You can also rotate this outer part up and down on there too. Sometimes you may need to, when you're on your initial setup, you may not want, the keeper can get up on the back of your hand, so you might slide it down and have to move this frog a few notches. However, keep in mind you have the inner part of the sling, the first thing that I did, against your arm, and this is almost somewhat independent, and the only place it's attached is right here with this one keeper, with this one frog. Now that frog again controls the tension on the inner part and also the position on the outer part. So all that can be easily adjusted, just takes a little playing with. But again, once it's in place, it'll stay in place. So I can take this sling and have it on this jacket. I can shoot my sitting, come back, take my jacket off, throw it on my stool, ride around, go talk. Everybody knows me, knows I love to talk. Okay, so come back, go back to the 300-yard line, get in the prep, or before prep actually, getting ready, get my jacket on. Throw my jacket on, button it up, and look, still there. Nothing's moved. Sometimes you might have to make just a little slight adjustment, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go into prep now. So when we can handle rifles, you take the rifle, you take the long end with the frog on it, and from where I'm sitting, I rotate it counterclockwise, 1/2 a turn, and come in through the top of the sling keeper. Pull it down, hook it up to wherever you need on your sling, whatever your proper length is. Fling your hand around, and you're good to go. So, again, you can take this sling, I can take it off probably 10 times and just maybe infinite number of times with just very little adjustment on my arm. A little bit quicker in prep, and again, you can shoot your strings without having to worry about it loosen up. No, there anything else. You're not gonna get it right the first time. It won't be perfect the first time. Took a little dry firing, took a little time to get the setup just where I want it. But once I did, I just feel it's a little bit better setup than what I would term the traditional method. For me, not to answer everybody's problems, but if it makes your life a little easier, use it. If not, if you like what you're doing now, of course, keep on doing it. But keep them in the middle, shoot a bunch of X's. Y'all shoot well, and hope to see some of y'all up at Camp Perry or some matches around the South, out in Texas or Louisiana. And y'all have a good day.